Welcome to Movie Monday with Jody Breckbill, Stampin' Queen. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend and is ready to do some stamping this week. So I'm going to share with you this amazing treat holder. It's got a little area for a gift card. You could slide your gift card in there, and then it holds about 5 Hershey Kisses. You could put a chapstick or a lipstick in there. Just anything tiny and small to give a little cool treat. I know lots of you need favors for holiday parties, class gifts for your kids, Secret Santas, that kind of stuff. This is perfect. And I will tell you that this came from a tutorial with Create with Connie and Mary. So let's go ahead and get started. We have got a piece of Poppy Parade that is, I don't know, it's this long. I will put it on my list down in the comments for you guys. I think it's like 10, well, I can measure 10 1/4 by 6 3/4, it looks like. So we're going to put our long end at the top, and we are going to score at 2 3/4, 5 1/4, 6 1/2, 7 1/2, 8, where is it? 8 3/4. Am I still on the camera? I might be coming off. And 9 3/4. Then we're going to turn 1/4 of a turn, and we're going to score at 1 inch and 5 3/4. So let me get this out of the way because we're all done doing the scoring. We're going to grab a bone folder here and just make, I always find that it's a little bit easier to make the creases and then cut on them. I think it makes it easier to see, but that's my personal preference. You guys could go ahead and do your cutting, but I like to have my scores nice and crisp. So we'll get those all folded, and then I'll show you how to cut this bad boy up. Okay, so you can kind of see how it's already starting to roll into that shape that we need. So what we're going to do is, there's 2 little notches right here at the end. I got some shadow today. We're just going to deal with that. So there's 2 little notches right here at the end. We're going to cut those guys off. And then these big panels right here, there's 2 of those. We're going to cut those off as well. Trying to stick fairly straight as you can while you're cutting. I know it's not always easy. If you need to put it into your paper trimmer to get it nice and straight, you could do that. I don't really care that much. It's handmade. Handmade means I did it myself. All right, so got those cut off. Now we need to take all these little flaps, and we're going to just free them up. We're not cutting them off. We're just making them flaps because that's what's going to hold our candy inside the treat holder. Okay. So now you can see we've got flaps there, and this is going to roll up real nice and cool. All right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to take our label punch. I think this is called Classic Label. And we're going to fold this little tiny flap up, slide our label punch in as far up as it'll go, and it ends up being that second wider band there. Now, just for visual, I use the edge of my punch to meet the edge of that score line. So I have it in as tight as it'll go, nice and straight, give that a punch, and then I'm going to slide it straight over and match that score line to the edge of my punch. And in a perfect world, it will come out exactly right. And then, oh, look, you guys, beautiful. Okay, so this is actually the front. So, because it's rolling in. So I'm going to take a piece of designer series paper from our Brights designer paper pack, And I'm gonna look around here and realize I have 0 adhesive, so, you know, typical Breckbill. She's never prepared. Okay, we're gonna attach this to the front of our treat holder. Looks like I cut it a little crooked, but again, don't care. Flip this over, and I'm gonna fold up again, and now I'm gonna go in and I'm going to punch again. So that's just because it is a little bit too thick to try to punch that cardstock and DSP at the same time. So I just want to get that hole back through there again so you can see your treats. Now I am going to take a piece of window sheet. So you're going to take my word for it that I've got this clear piece of window sheet, and I'm going to attach that to the inside of my card. And mono adhesive, snail adhesive, that seemed to work just fine for me. You could use the green Tombow glue. You could use fast fuse, tear and tape, whatever floats your boat. You just need a piece. Nobody's going to see this. So that's just going to go inside. That just kind of gives your project a little bit of a finished look. And will also keep, if you have something smaller, it kind of keeps them from falling through the cracks. So now, let's see, what do I want to do? All right, so I'm going to take this panel here, and so like I said, here's the front of our box. That's how it's going to roll up. I'm off camera. I do this all the time. I should move my camera. Okay, hold on. This panel is going to fold down like this. So I'm going to take this edge right here. Okay, do that again. Here's the front, this panel that folds down, and I'm just going to take a 1/2 inch. No, this is a 1 inch circle punch. Just eyeball it a little bit and do a little half moon there. That just makes it easier for the gift card to slide out. So I'm going to put my adhesive on, which is tear and tape is my adhesive of choice, since we no longer have fast fuse. And I'm just going to do a strip right across here. You want to keep it fairly, okay, so I would try to get as close to that edge as you can. You do have some wiggle room, only because when you fold that down, you want to make sure that you're able to slide your gift card in there. So stay fairly close to the top. We're also going to do a strip here on that little tiny flap. And then we're also going to do some on, so this is on the inside. I just have some on this flap right here. What you might find is that you may need to kind of miter your edges of your flap a little bit, just if they seem like they're a little bit longer than they should be and they're sticking out. That just has to do with the way when you cut and you score. So you might just have to kind of miter them a little bit, and I'll show you what I mean, because I have a feeling mine are gonna do that. Okay, so we have all of our adhesive on here. The next thing I did was I took a piece of Coastal Cabana and I went ahead and ran that through the Swirls and Curls embossing folder, which I am in love with. And we're going to attach that to the front of our gift card panel. I am not skimpy on my adhesive because I want this to stay. Sometimes when you run those through the embossing folder, they tend to not want to stick as well. So I'm just going to attach that to the front, and then I'm going to do the same thing that we did the last time, is just go in and kind of match that up. It's just a little much to ask your punch to do 2 pieces of cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to take this off and fold this panel down. So now we have our gift card holder. Okay, it would slide right in there. Then you would take this panel off and you're gonna roll that up and attach it so you can see the formation of your box. Then these are all gonna slide in. Okay, so it'll look like that. I'm going to leave this one open because I want to give it away. Okay, so there's going to be this is going to be a giveaway, and I'm going to leave it flat so that you can fill it. Now, one of the tricks to this is once you have an end filled, I guess we're going to do it, yeah, that way. Once you have your end filled, put your candy in before you close this end, okay? The other thought is that you could actually take this end and put a little Velcro panel on there, so then it would just Velcro open and they wouldn't have to tear open the box to get to the candy. So we're gonna leave that panel flat, but I'm gonna go ahead and do some decorating. Now, I did use the Snow is Glistening stamp set. This was a special in November. It's now December, so this is not available anymore, but a lot of you got it, so go ahead and use it. We're gonna take a little piece of Whisper White, and I'm gonna stamp it in Poppy Parade. Oops. And then to get my little banner edge, I'm going to take my Truly Tailored punch and just slide this in and make a nice little banner edge for that. Then I did use the framelits as well. So I have my beautiful silver Glimmer, and I am going to take some glue dots. That seemed to work best for me, was using my glue dots. And I'm just going to take a couple glue dots on that bigger one. Oh, my glue dot came off on my fingernail. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it's on my other fingernail. Goodness sake. But we stick you down there. Oh my gosh. So it's my fingernail polish is pulling the glue dots off. Good Lordy. I don't usually have fingernail polish on, but I was trying to be festive. Okay, there we go. Beautiful in the center. And then I took one of our really pretty gems, our silver gems, and I'm going to put that in the center. Then I have a bunch of little guys here. And I'm going to attach some red rhinestones in the center, and then I'll put that onto my finished product. So these are our red rhinestones here, and I just put them and just glue dotted them right onto that panel at the bottom and at the top, and then I did some dimensionals here. So that is a super cute, fun little gift card treat holder. I'm gonna give it away, so this one you're gonna get, and you'll have a little bit of assembly to do when you get it. So just leave me a comment when you watch this video that you would like to have that awesome little treat holder, thanks to Create with Connie and Mary. So you guys have a wonderful week. Thanks so much for joining me for Movie Monday.